When they told us to go big or go home, well, we misheard, so we went and found some big homes.
Today, you're gonna see 3 different massive homes by 3 different builders, all incredible. And by the end of this video, you're gonna realize why so many people that were originally looking at like Frisco and McKinney end up moving here.
I bet you've already seen the master plan community up the road. Everyone's making videos on it. We even made a video on it. But what you're not gonna see on those other channels is what we're gonna show you here today. More houses, more saving, and more better. Let's go. We know you guys want massive houses without the massive price tag, and that's what we got right here. So let's check this thing out. You guys are gonna love this one because of the way they do the staircase. But before we get to that, we can help a lot of people that end up coming from places like California, where maybe 1,300 square feet costs like $700,000. Heck, I got a friend with a rent that's higher than my mortgage out there. But whenever you're moving to Texas, your houses are big, and they have stuff like this, where you get your own separate dining room, like a formal dining room, where they put the floor on the ceiling and they've got crazy wallpaper. But if that's not really your style, it's got a nice butler's pantry that goes through to the beautiful kitchen we'll get to in just a second. Across from the entryway here, we do have a nice little office area. Again, floor on the ceiling, but it's good to have a really cool, quiet place to do your work whenever you got kids running around, keep them separated and everything. And this is that beautiful staircase I was telling you guys about. It wraps all the way around this little rotunda area. It almost looks like something out of a castle. And this living room is amazing. These are probably 20-foot ceilings. I got a little bit of a story because back when I was a kid, we had 18-foot ceilings in our house, and my dad, you know, the hubris of man, bought a tree that was way too big whenever Christmas came around. And we tried to put it up. It was scraping the ceiling, and the look of defeat whenever we had to cut about 2 or 3 feet off the top of that tree. Just, you know. Anyway, I thought it was hilarious, and we got a cool fireplace set up. This is all one piece of quartz. It's a really cool look, and the fact that they're able to pull that off just goes to their credit as a builder. But speaking of nice light colors with that green accent, right across the way here we have this open concept kitchen with this drop down, creating a sense of separation. And this thing is amazing. Like if you struggle with counter space, your woes are gone. This place has the solution for you. A huge oversized eat-on island, as well as plenty of counter space, cabinetry with a nice clean look, stainless steel double ovens over there. And this isn't even the best kitchen you're gonna see today. They only get better. The next one has so many bells and whistles, it's crazy. And the one after that is probably, like, honestly, it's probably the kitchen of your dreams. I'm just gonna tell you right now. That's no lie. And right next to it, we have the breakfast nook over here, because it's nice to be able to just kind of set up a quick little place to eat. Maybe you don't want to do the whole hullabaloo of setting up the formal dining room. But the real hullabaloo is what they got going on in the master bathroom. So let's go check this out real quick, because right through this alcove, tucked away next to this beautiful staircase, actually down that way, we do have your laundry room, a half bath, as well as the garage area. And then on the other side of this, we've actually got the master bedroom. And this place is big. This is probably like, it's at least 18 by 18. This thing is big. And on top of that, decorative walls. Again, they're putting these little tray ceilings. I keep saying floor on the ceiling. Some of you guys are probably scratching your head talking about what the heck is he saying? They put like this wood texture on the ceiling. It almost looks like the flooring they're using. But the bathroom here is amazing. So check this out real quick. You can already see the frameless shower glass as soon as you walk in. The standing tub, you've got this nice granite here. This is a very unique texture. You don't see this in a lot of homes, but I do like the 2x1 tiles. The framed mirrors, these are really big, because if you're working with a builder, a lot of times you'll just get builder grade mirrors and it kind of looks a little cheap. So this is a really small thing you can do to your house, even after you buy your house, that really just creates a upper scale feel to it. And they did a really smart thing here. So tucked away back here, they've got an access port. So if, God forbid, something ever breaks with your tub, you don't have to tear out the wall to fix it. You could just pop that thing open, fix it real quick, but it stays hidden away. And then right behind me, you guys are gonna like this. Even your closets are big. This is at least 10 feet deep, easily. Man, that's probably closer to 12 feet deep. And on top of that, you got a little alcove over here for like maybe your safes or long-term storage, something like that. Winter wear, maybe? I don't know. Whatever you keep in the little alcoves in your closet. But this isn't even half of the house, because it has an upstairs. Yeah, that staircase we pointed to earlier, it actually goes somewhere. And there's a lot of somewhere up there, so let's go check it out. If you've got kids, you already know space is important. And on top of that, if you've got a lot of kids, you're gonna need even more of it. I grew up in a house of 7 people. We had maybe 1,800 square feet. I'll tell you right now, that's a nightmare, but you're not gonna have to worry about it here. You've got 4 bedrooms up here and 2 full bathrooms. So we got 1 bedroom here, right behind the camera here, another bedroom. They're using it as a design center. Full bath right here, and across this walkway over here, we're gonna take a look at two more. We got a bedroom to the left, and it's actually a Jack and Jill to another bedroom here to the left, and all of that just kind of encompasses this right here. So you got a nice little loft area. This can be anything you want it to be. Being next to the kids' bedrooms, honestly, it's probably going to end up a playroom, but it's nice to pretend. So these guys have put together like a little seating area. You could make this like a theater or maybe a second office, because you know, if hubby's downstairs eating up the office, you're still gonna need a place to do your work too. So it's really nice to have that kind of flexibility. Speaking of flexibility, we got a really cool, huge outdoor patio. So let's go check it out. The next house we're gonna take a look at, it looks like something out of MTV Cribs. It really just blew me away. But first, you didn't come to Texas just to stay inside all day. Whenever you wanna be outside, it's really nice to be able to have this kind of flexibility, such as an extended patio. They did it up really nicely with these big tiles. It keeps the sun off of your head, the roof off, or the wind off of you, the rain off of you, whatever you don't want on you, it keeps it off of you. And on top of that, it doesn't even eat up your entire yard. You see we got tons of grass, tons of greenery over here. It looks amazing. And this is why you came to Texas, because everything here is bigger. We're about to talk about prices here in a little bit, but let's go check out that other house.
We are heading over to the next neighborhood, but we figured we mentioned prices. So if you're looking to get into that neighborhood, those homes start, as far as like the bigger homes, 3,000 square feet and up, what, 600,000 plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually pretty freaking good, especially with the lower taxes here. But as far as this area, we're in Midlothian, and they have decent schools, good schools. What are we
The
talking?
schools here are A rated, some of the best around the Metroplex.
Heck yeah. So one of the nice things too is these first two neighborhoods that we're at, like if your kid's in middle school, they can walk to the middle school. Now the other thing that's great about this location is its proximity to both Fort Worth and Dallas. There's a lot of doctors that will move here that are working in like the downtown area. They actually have hospitals here and in Mansfield as well. So that's one of the great things about being here in Midlothian, which is on the south side of the Metroplex. And guys, this next house that we're gonna show you, this is probably the real reason why people move here over like Frisco or McKinney or that kind of thing. This next builder needs no introduction. You're gonna know exactly who they are as soon as we walk in this bad boy. This is over 4,000 square feet. I know all the time you guys are asking, hey, we want those big houses we've heard about in Texas. Well, this is it. And the other thing that's really cool, there are so many cool things in this house that the builders thought about. And some of these are gonna be things you can do on your own, regardless of where you buy. Let's go ahead and take a look. So right when you walk in, you're gonna see these huge grand ceilings, which, crazy thing about it, not even the coolest ones we're gonna see today. Wait until you see the living room. But right here we have a nice sitting area. You could use this as a formal dining. You've got an office over here on the right side. Little hallway, that would be the garage. Now right now it's a sales office, but just coming in, you're gonna see this winding staircase that takes you up to the second floor. And guys, a lot of times when we do these walkthroughs, like the second floor is kind of like, it's a couple bedrooms, a bathroom. Not in this one. This has got some really cool stuff, like not only the interior decorating, but there's one bathroom up there in particular. Like if you've got kids, you're gonna wanna make a mental note of this. But right here, we've got our entertainment space. So if you're watching a movie, any of that kind of stuff, you can have that set up here. This could be another office as well. I know a lot of people work from home, maybe both the spouses work from home. You could have separate offices. There's a couple different ways you could set this up. And I love the fact that they did glass here. I think that's just a real classy look. And you're gonna notice a lot of millwork throughout this house. And guys, there's so much to talk about, right? Like how about this? You've got your own wine rack, right? If you are working from home or if you have kids, you're probably gonna need a lot of this. So it's nice to have a good storage space. If you've got folks over, you could do a little bit entertaining right here. So that's always a really cool add-on if you wanna do it. Now, coming in to the massive, just absolutely massive living room and kitchen space, one of the things that you never see, like you absolutely never see this unless you're in like multi-million-dollar homes, are the ceilings in here. So this is something that is more along the lines of French architecture. And this is just one of those cool features that you can actually get with this builder. Now, of course, they've got fantastic lighting here. They've got the LED lighting. You've got your fireplace. They've taken the tile all the way up to the top. And I love the fact that they did the really large tiles, but there's so many cool things in this kitchen, like, and it's the little details, right? So coming in here, obviously, beautiful island, right? You've got the waterfall finish. I think this is real clean. kind of modern look. And you've got a ton of cabinets here, you've got some glass. I like it when they're not all glass, right? Because you got to keep those things clean. And then obviously anything you put in there has to look nice, right? So I'm a fan of only having a couple of those. But here you can see gas burning stove. This is a really nice stove / oven, whatever you want to call it. And one of the things to note is we don't have gas everywhere here in Texas. So if you're moving to this area, there's a lot of neighborhoods that won't have gas, some that will. So if that's something you're interested in, that's why you call us. We know where all these neighborhoods are that have the gas, all that kind of stuff. We can help narrow that search down. Now, I told you there's a lot of stuff in this kitchen to talk about. Now this is getting into the little stuff, the things that we notice because we walk homes all the time. If you look at this backsplash, absolutely beautiful, but what's the one thing that's missing? Outlets. You don't see any of your outlets. So what they did, which is actually pretty cool, is they put a strip of outlets right up here at the top. So if you've got appliances, you can plug them in there. But if you don't have these big boxes messing up your beautiful backsplash that you paid so much money for, right? So that's one of the cool things. And then over here, this is interesting. You don't normally see this, but you know, you've got this nice view back here, and in some of these lots, they back up to nature. So if you just want to look out your back window and see nature, they have it here, right? And so if you have this kind of setup, maybe you're hanging out, maybe you eat lunch here, maybe you pop the laptop out to do a little bit of work. They have pop-up outlets all the way along here. These also have chargers on them, which is pretty cool. So like if you want to set your phone on there, charge it up. So really cool features here in the kitchen, right? But we're just getting started. Wait until you see the master bathroom. And again, the stuff that we're gonna see upstairs. So anyways, down this hallway over here that goes to the garage, you do have a half bath. So if you're entertaining, that's probably the bathroom folks will use. But let's check out the master here. And this is one of those do-it-yourself type things. If, when I first walked in this room, actually it was the second time when I finally noticed these weren't trade ceilings. It was just different how they did the molding around the top to give it some added depth. So very simple thing to do, right? These look like they're 1x6s that they staggered. And it just gives a little bit of that depth as far as your ceiling goes. So regardless of where you buy, if it's not with this builder, this is a little project you could do on the weekends, right? But anyways, really good sized room. And then this bathroom, holy cow. So a couple of things I really love, floating vanities. They lit the space underneath, which I think is just a really clean look. And then this is something that we don't normally see. The way they set up the shower with the full pane of glass makes this bathroom look even bigger, because normally the shower is kind of situated the other way. You're gonna have a half wall, something like that. Not here. Love the fact they took the tile all the way up to the ceiling. Of course, they tiled all this as well. And I love the fact that there's some place to put your soaps, your candles, your potions, whatever else, your glass of wine. Of course, they have this as well. But if you're taking a bath, this makes a lot of sense. And then obviously framed mirrors, always a big fan of. Decorative lighting, not just the one basic light above. So there's so many like interior decorating things in this house. I'm like, my brain's going nuts. But the other thing, this is crazy. We don't normally talk about water closets, but how smart is this? Yeah, Jack's trying to stay out of the shot, but you've got a mirror right here on your water closet, which I think is just smart. It's a good use of space, right? So if you want to make sure that, hey, everything looks right before I leave the house, you've got a mirror there. You've actually got one here on your closet as well. So there's actually 2 doors here in this closet. The space is big. You can see they had enough room to put cabinets in, right? In addition to all of your normal space. So there's just a ton of space here. And of course, this is the model home. This would probably be utilized for like a mud bench. And gosh, we haven't even mentioned the backyard, but let's take a look upstairs first. All right, so coming up the staircase, of course, you have these huge vaulted ceilings, right? And the wood beams running across. And this pool table, this is a good sized pool table. This shows you how big the space actually is. So great for entertaining. Of course, they have the option here of putting in some cabinets. Really cool shelf here. I don't know if you can actually get this shelf or not, but it's a really cool touch. And then making our way across here, of course, you got this beautiful view of the downstairs. More really cool stuff, right? So here they've taken this almost like wainscoting all the way up and over, which makes for this really cool look here. But this could be another living space if you got kids, maybe this is the kids area. And this is like another little movie space, right? So of course we had the one space downstairs. So if you've got kids, They've got a ton of space for all their toys. No reason for them to ever be downstairs, right? No reason for you to step on a Lego or kick a Hot Wheels car or anything like that. And then making our way back here, there's more. Number one, they added a desk. That's pretty cool, I think. It's nice. Not a must-have, but we got a full bathroom here. And again, this is something little, well, two things. So much to talk about. Number one, love the fact that even on their second floors, they take the tile all the way to the ceiling, right? This is something that you normally don't see in most production builders. This is more like a luxury home type thing. The fact that they do this on the second floor, I love that. Secondly, how cool is this tile? It's textured. It gives a really cool effect in here, but you have to have somebody good installing it, right? Because they mess up one piece and they turn it the wrong direction. Oh man, that would bug the crap out of me. We've got a bedroom here. One of the nice things as well with this much space is you actually have good closet space. It's a walk-in closet. Here, you've got another bedroom that's connected by a bathroom. And again, don't really take this much time upstairs, but this is really cool. So I don't know about you guys, but if you got little kids like I do, then bath time can sometimes be a challenge. And then also after bath time, you got a bunch of toys you got to put somewhere. And this is really cool. I love the fact that there's a ledge here. You could put toys up there to dry out, all that kind of stuff, and not just have a ton of mess all over the tub and everything. So not something you normally see. I love it. Anyways, let's take a look at that backyard because these are bigger lots. You do have more space. Let's go see what they have to offer. All right, so stepping onto the back patio here. First of all, incredibly tall ceilings. Like, absolutely, it's gotta be like 20 feet tall, right? You have a ton of patio space here. I love what they've done. They've done a built-in grill over here with a little pergola. I love this right here. And they've got a fire pit. You can see there's a lot of space. There's obviously enough room here. You could put in a pool. These are wider lots out here. Most of them are gonna be 70 foot wide and bigger, which if you've been looking around for any amount of time, these are big lots. And if you drive down the street here, you're gonna see all big houses. Like everything here just looks really grand. And what I will say though, for some people, they move to Texas. They say, I love the size of the house, but I need more space. I want more yard, I want whatever. Well, we got you covered. We're gonna take a look at another builder that's doing some really, really cool things on more land. Not gonna see it anywhere else but here. But first, let's talk prices. Now, if you're looking to buy in this community, by the way, we're gonna show you an inventory home real quick as we tell you about prices. But if you're looking to buy in this neighborhood, number one, it's gated. Guys, that is not a very common thing here in Texas. So if that's something you're looking for, definitely reach out to us because we know where all the gated communities are, especially if you want new construction or if you want pre-existing. A lot of people think that we actually work for the builders. We don't, we work for you guys. But one of the stark contrasts is that you're gonna see from that last beautiful home that we saw with all the bells and whistles is being in an inventory home, very plain, right? Everything's one color. There's no decorations yet, right? It's a blank canvas for you. So that's one of the things to keep in mind if you're looking to buy an inventory home here. So if you are, one of the reasons we came out here today is because there are other neighborhoods that have big houses that are a little less expensive, but the tax rates are a lot higher. This is actually almost a full % less than a lot of those neighborhoods. So out here, you're looking to pay around 2% property taxes, where in a lot of these other neighborhoods, you're at 2.6, 2.7, right? And here in Texas, that in a house of this size, which this is over 4,000 square feet, in a house this size, you're talking a couple $100 a month, right? So this is the kind of stuff that we talk about with the people that call us, that we're making sure, hey, not only is this a great location, but you're getting the best bang for the buck. Now, obviously you can see nice sized kitchen here. This is a different builder than we previously walked through. And speaking of which, I want to show you guys something because this is also, a lot of people want to buy an inventory home. They want something on the ground ready to go, which is great. And you can put your little touches on it after the fact. And by the way, if you want, like walking into this master bedroom, huge ceilings, right? This thing is absolutely magnificent. But like, let's say that you wanted to put a huge accent wall here. We've got guys that we've worked with for years that are good at that stuff. So if you work with us, you're like, hey, we got a couple projects we want to do, we got you covered. But this is one of the things that I think if you are buying an inventory home, you might come in and say, man, I love this bathroom, great size. I wish this would have been a standalone tub. And I wish they would have done frameless glass around here. That's what I would say if I was buying it, right? Well, if you're building, those are the kind of things you can do. And when you do a build, we'll actually work with you. As you can imagine, Jack and I walk all of these amazing homes all the time. We'll help you, hey, this is a good idea. This is definitely worth the money. Do this, don't do that. That's what we're here for. Not just for the stuff ready to go, but if you're also looking to build. So if you're trying to get into this neighborhood, which by the way, gated #1, #2 walking trails, #3 they've got a lake. You can go kayaking or paddleboarding out there. You can just go down, throw tennis ball into the water and let the dog swim around. But if you're looking to get into this neighborhood, if you're looking for those big houses, 3,000 to 4,500 square feet, you're looking at around 700,000 to 900,000. So depending on the finish outs, the builder, all that kind of stuff, that's the range you're looking at. But once again, remember, tax rates out here way lower. But we got an even bigger lot to check out, so let's hop over to the next place.
Big lots mean big houses, and big houses mean you can do some really cool things with what's inside, like this kitchen here. And guys, hey, real talk a minute, like if your girlfriend sees this kitchen, she's gonna wanna buy this house. And the prices are so low, you're gonna have to. The first thing you're going to notice when you walk into this house is a sense of grandness. The attention to detail and level of detail in this house is unmatched. You got cathedral ceilings with decorative beams, a tiled floor-to-ceiling fireplace, and all of this just creates a wow factor where, I'm gonna be honest guys, your friends are gonna be jealous. They're gonna wanna host the Super Bowl at your house every year. And there's actually a really cool part of this house that would be perfect for game day. We'll show you in a bit, but right now we're gonna go check these out. These are your secondary bedrooms, and they're all right here in this corner, which is great because if you've got kids, you know it really helps to keep all of the noise and all of the mess in one spot. But you got 3 bedrooms here, a full bath right there, and I know 1 bathroom isn't enough. People are gonna be fighting over, you know, space to brush their teeth. So we got a second bathroom right here. We got the vanity here, a framed mirror there. You've also got a nice size shower stall with the glass front and the built-ins to the right. But all of that is actually a walkthrough to get to this room right here. So this is a flex space. A flex space is basically anything you want it to be. It could be, you know, a guest bedroom, it could be an office, a theater, whatever. But most people with kids right there in a pass-through bath are probably gonna make it into a game room so the kids can have a place to go run around without getting the rest of the house messy. But as we go through the living room here, we got the porch here that we'll get to in a little bit because that's really cool as well. And you've got this lovely dining room area here. I like the way they did the oversized ring chandelier. All of that just kind of showcases the table here, which is pretty small for the area. Honestly, you could, if you've got like a big family or a ton of people that come over for the holidays and you need 8, 10, maybe even 12 seats, you could easily fit it here and comfortably fit it here as well. And even if you can't fit all of the food on the table here, you've also got this serving area or this prep area over here where you can put all of the extra plates, all the things that maybe dessert while you're waiting for everyone to finish eating, plus decorative cabinets here with the glass front for all of the stuff that you want to keep there for long storage or maybe just because it looks pretty. And now we're about to show you guys the kitchen, and guys, I am serious. This is your last chance. I can't provide any promises after this. But as soon as we turn this camera around, the first thing you're gonna see, this huge oversized waterfall island centerpiecing this lovely kitchen. We got under cabinet lighting, we got custom cabinetry that goes up to transom cabinets with glass fronts, stainless steel hardware, as well as brass throughout the entire kitchen for your handles. I love this little drop-in range here. This is a really nice one, the Samsung decorative range hood. They just went all out on this. And on top of that, it all pops with this dark tone, light tone mixture because of these huge windows. Now, this isn't something you normally get in kitchens, and I think it's something people don't realize because whenever they go into a kitchen, most of the time they just see cabinets. There may be like one window in front of the sink, which the sink is great, by the way, apron sink, brass hardware, looks lovely, but it all really just pops because you get a great view out to your front porch. And the cool thing about the front porch that we didn't mention, they've actually got built-in lights on under the eaves, so it's kind of like having Christmas lights all year round that you can turn off and on. Really nice touch. Love the way they did the farmhouse look, especially with the decorative tray ceiling. But what you guys are really going to want to check out is the master bath, and we'll get to that here in just a second. So let's go take a look. Walking this way, we've got the master bedroom right here on the other side of the house. It's big. Again, you get the cathedral ceiling, decorative beams, plenty of natural light with these big windows. This window actually looks off onto the side of the house, so you get light from 2 different directions. Makes it really pop, and I love the way they did the decorative wall and everything. So it creates an accent. And then you've got a little antechamber here, and it goes in 2 different directions. And now, This way leads to a laundry room, really cool. You've got a dog wash over here, which is really nice, especially if you're living on this much land. You're probably gonna have pets, but you also get a full-size washer dryer area with a little bit of overhead storage. And then this is the bathroom, and this thing really blew me away. I love the way they did this, because as soon as you walk in, it's almost like a centerpiece. You've got cabinets on either side with your vanities here, framed mirrors, these sconces on top. And this is very interesting. I want y'all's opinion on this. Does this fit? Is this an accent piece, or does it stand out too much? I mean, you got so much to look at. You probably didn't even notice the chandelier, standing tub, subway tile that goes across, and this pass-through shower here is amazing. His and hers heads, you've got, you know, handle on each side. So this is really cool, because I don't think you guys think about it, but whenever you turn on a shower, half the time your arm gets wet because it's already underneath the shower head. In this case scenario, you don't have to worry about it. I can turn it on. I'm not gonna get wet at all, but this comes with a bench over here, which is great because, you know, whenever I'm taking a shower, I don't necessarily want to lay down like I do in the bath, but I definitely don't want to be standing the whole time. So I can take a load off, sit down here, plenty of room for you and the missus to shower at the same time. Water conservation, get your minds out of the gutter. We got a water closet over there in the corner, and then let's actually go check out the mudroom real quick. That's your garage right there. It's a 3-car garage in this one. And this is a really big mud bench, which is great because if you got multiple kids, a big family, or you know, you just like decorative pillows, they can all take their shoes off at one time. You don't got kids around creating extra mess. They just kick them off, throw their clothes, their jackets, their hats, whatever in here. And it's all right across from where the kids are gonna be playing, or where you and your friends are gonna be playing on game day. And that's right up here. And you get a ton of space. This is probably a 20-foot wide, or 20-foot deep by like maybe a 16, 17-foot wide room. It's huge. You could set up like a theater setup or like a game room. I know a lot of people like pool. You could set up pool tables and things like that, and it's not gonna feel cramped. You're still gonna have enough room. I especially like this, the alcove over here next to the window. Plenty of natural lighting. It could be like a reading room or a library setup, and you don't have to run downstairs to go use the restroom because you actually got a half bath tucked away over here. Your attic access is also up here, so it's not unsightly. You get nice decorative doors with the trim and everything instead of that pull-down ladder that nobody likes. It always seems to fall apart. Like the wooden ones, they always sag. Nobody likes that. Little closet for storage space as well. But let's go check out that back patio because it gets hot in Texas, and a lot of times you want that sunlight. You want to be able to go outside, but you don't want to be exposed to the elements, and these guys figured it out. If you're loving this so far and you've looked online, it can be really difficult to find this kind of stuff, especially in these little pocket communities. Most of them don't even show up. Luckily for you guys, we've already done the legwork. We're gonna make it a lot easier on you if you just give us a call. But what'll also make it easier on you is this patio right here, because on a hot summer's day, having the sun beat down on your head can be just another thing you're dealing with. Whereas this, you've got a nice covered area, you've got a fan, lighting for whenever it gets dark. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with mosquitoes, but here in Texas, they can be a real pain in the butt, which is why it's really nice to have this enclosed bug net area. It's very well done, it's not unsightly, and it keeps the bloodsuckers off of you. But if you do want to explore your backyard, you got a lot to take in. So as soon as we walk through this screen door here, you've got a huge amount of land. Most people don't know what to do with this, especially if you're coming in from the city. This is more land than you'll probably ever use. They don't have it sodded up at the moment, but just here past that hill, there's some stakes, and that's the back of your property line. It's already 130 feet wide, and it goes a couple hundred feet deep. That's a ton of space to put everything from pool to trampolines, maybe like a dog run if you've got like pets you like to train or run around and exercise. But what I think is probably the best idea are outbuildings. So everything from like she sheds to garages, any of the stuff that you weren't able to fit into your little quarter-acre lot that you have in a neighborhood somewhere in California, you can take it out here and put 3 of them down there and it still not feel cramped. But if your girl's already chomping at the bit, begging you to call your lender, don't worry, we're about to talk about pricing.
If this last house is more of your vibe, you want that acre of land, you want to have all that space, you want to make your own amenities in the backyard, then you're more than likely going to be looking at somewhere between $700,000 and $900,000, depending on how big and how flashy you want your house to get. And what's even better about that is the property taxes.
Yeah, around here, you're looking at some really nice taxes, as nice as taxes can get. If you go deeper into Midlothian, you're gonna have to pay up to like 2.4. In some places like Bridgewater, it's 2.7, but out in these neighborhoods, it's all 2.0.
Yeah, everything we looked at today, that's crazy low for what you're getting. And guys, that's what we're here for. We want to dig into those things. We want to find you guys the best deals. And I know a lot of you probably have questions right now, maybe just a few little things. We have a live Q&A coming up if you scan the QR code, or if you just want to start seeing properties. We have all kinds of resources on our website. You can go over to it. There's going to be a link in the description as well. So hopefully something like that tickles your fancy. If you didn't like what you saw today, then we're gonna have a playlist of other massive homes that you can click on. Hopefully we can find you the right place. But as always, if you're looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom. And guys, we're giving you what you love. But we don't like and moving at to the that was good though. That was it, yeah.
When they told us to go big or go home, well, we misheard. So misheard. We misheard.
We missed a turd.
We missed a turd. That intro with a turd is what that was. All right.